welcome back to Ball Up Top, where all of our takes are FDA approved and have never once been recalled. Folks,
Nice.
we're heading into the home stretch. It's almost playoff time. Like, I can feel that chill in the air. And so, you know what? With that chill, you should probably go get a hoodie from Home Field. 15% off your first purchase with the promo code NOCAP15. We're at least getting fake fall. I know, like, I'm in the South, so we get fake fall, then we get re-summer, and then we get real fall around like late October. So, get a t-shirt too.
I like false fall, to be honest. Like, it's a nice little week or two where you can feel like you're there. You get back into the summer, so the longing for fall continues. And then when you're in it, the sun goes down at 6. So, before we know it, it's going to be there. The sun goes down.
Is loading, folks.
Oh my God. The way I've had to backstop this has been crazy here in Denver. It gets dark around like 7:00 now. And I'm beside myself.
Boy, with that mountain air, and I'd be asleep all the time. I don't know if I can make it in Denver. I'd just be getting the best sleep of my life.
It's pretty nice. You got to have a humidifier in the house, though. It's dry.
Oh.
There's a whole thing in Denver where, like, if you're coming up and visiting, people think it's the altitude. And, like, yeah, there's like a bit of an adjustment. But the thing that gets you is the dryness. People aren't prepared for the dryness when they go out there. Everybody comes back sick.
Oh, okay. Well, noted.
Crossing you off my list.
Yeah, I was going to say, hope Kathy's not listening because expansion in Denver.
Hey, look, the WNBA teams were flying public up until last year.
You said a little dry air.
Everybody was getting sick. Yeah, a little dry air is not anything. Like, look, you're liable to get sick on the flight back from Denver more than you would in Denver in an airline. Like, we don't talk about how disgusting airlines are, bro. It's a petri dish. It's absolutely heinous. You're getting recycled air. There's somebody's next to you who just you don't want them to be around.
See if the W did anything to help that. They had campaign boxes.
The WNBA getting charters with campaign boxes would have been my 13th.
Man, like, give everybody a mask. So I have a couple of them, and we're gonna go through and see if it was a hit or a miss. First and foremost, campaign boxes are a little interesting to me because it still feels like bribery to me. Like, in J school, they told us, like, don't take stuff. Like, it's one thing if, like, you're covering an event like a kids camp or something and they got like extra t-shirts at the end of the day and they're like, hey, you want some of this? Like, we got extra stuff. But to be sent something, that's interesting to me.
Greer, you want to start with that? Because I actually have a thought on that.
I mean,
and let me just say, I also had a box
into the landfill. To be clear, if
I still
buy list, DM us. We can see new addresses for next year.
Like, I want to be part of this.
Give us some stuff that's not just automatically going to go in a landfill. You know what I mean?
Oops.
Like, really let's get creative, and then also let's give your team ample time to, like, get the message out there for some of us for some of the cases, because some of it is just like very much here, girl, down. And while some of it is like well thought out and intentional. And
when do you think we should start sending these boxes though? Because, like, I think the timing of some of them, it's like you've already it's not their fault, but, like, you kind of stunk it up. So now this box is
okay. So some of it I think is like just not having conviction in the player that you're campaigning for. That is how I honestly feel. There were some people who, let's just start at the top, can we? Minnesota Lynx, right?
We'll get to them. Let's let Andrew comment, because
right.
And I'll let you lead off when we get to that one, because
I too also have thoughts on this. The craziest thing to me, is it's coming along late, but I kind of love the idea of everyone does boxes for their people that they want to elevate at the start of the year, because we'll find out who spends money and who doesn't among the ownership groups in a hurry. Like, if you get a consistent weekly box from the New York Liberty, being like, make Sabrina first team all WNBAer. And then like the Chicago Sky are giving you like a wet napkin with Jeff Pagliaca's signature on it, being like,
Executive of the year.
Make Sloot an all-star. Like, you're ending up.
Because they would do something ghetto like that. Like,
it's a
we got you a
track.
packet Kleenex.
You'll get a gift pass to Evolution Athletics, a free training session.
Like, when you don't have a gift for your mom at like 6, here's a coupon. I
got you a gift card.
Ball is life.
A Visa gift card. I do, on some level, I do think it's crazy though, because like these awards impact people's salaries. Yeah. And I don't think we talk about that component enough, because giving campaign boxes and gifts out, it harkens back to like the old Heisman Trophy days where back in the 90s, you would see this a lot. I know when I was working in Wyoming, the University of Wyoming did a campaign for Marcus Harris, I think like 96, to be like the Heisman. He won the Biletnikoff that year, best receiver in the nation. But they like started a campaign and like had him, they sent like a mock Sports Illustrated cover to people. Like they did this whole thing, like vote Marcus Harris for Heisman. And to me, that is fine, because a Heisman Trophy doesn't necessarily mean it's the difference between Marcus Harris having an NFL career and not having an NFL career, or going first in the draft versus going second in the draft, right? But at the pro level, and I have the same issue in the NBA, this gives media people, and like I hate to peel away importance from ourselves here, but this is my only contrarian take on journalists and how we do our stuff. Should we have that much power? Like, should we be entitled with the power to decide whether or not somebody is a max versus a super max player?
Certainly not without transparency.
Like exactly. Well, but even with the transparency,
I mean, absolutely
a lot of
voters
across other sports that just bullshit with these votes, right? And so that's like the thing that I find a little overwhelming, not to be dramatic, but it's a weird feeling to know that when you're a voter for these things, and to be clear, none of us three are, but when you are a voter, you have a responsibility to these players to like know ball, and watch the game and be around as much as possible, because especially at this level where the salaries are not nearly as large, there might not be a difference between 150 and 175 million like there is in the NBA, where you can't really conceptualize it. I mean, if you're living in like New York or San Francisco, like there's a pretty wide chasm between like 130 and 200, Yeah. And so I think the boxes are a little weird at this level, because you are influencing voters in a way that impacts player salaries. And I'm not sure how I feel about that.
For me, it's like with the W, there's not a lot of, I had been glad about the boom because I wanted there to be layers between the fans and the players, the media and the players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that layer of celebrity to where I'm not like, there was a time a couple years ago, like we couldn't really tweet like we wanted to, because the players are like in our DMs. Like, again, I'm blocked by people because they was like on my side of Twitter while I'm talking to other fans. And, it's like, what are you even doing here? Why are you seeing me? Like, what are you doing here? So I feel like there's still not that much layers of celebrity between it, so that a box could really like swing.
It can influence like the clout. Like there is a bad clout issue in our little corner of
or
the WNBA
like,
media
you're
space.
A fan
People
of
like
this
to
team.
That stuff. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like if you can admittedly be a fan of a team and still do your job, or hate a team and still do your job, like we do here. Again, we want boxes. I think like the boxes should be for season ticket holders, and like the promotional material should go out to the media. That way it's like, here's a guide of why we think this should happen, and maybe like a keychain. This was a sneaker night in Atlanta, so I just got one.
Oh, that's fine. I thought you were about to pull out one of the little keychains for like Nas Hillman for 6 women, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
Yeah, no, my whole rant just like falls apart. But no, it's a sneakerhead night, and they had them at the table, and I walked by while I was getting my food and just grabbed one. So I can't really put it on my keychain because again, that looks crazy as media. But
that would have been a real Hakeem Jeffries special there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know. And I say, yeah, I got my goggles on as I go on this rant. But yeah, I think like there should be promotional material. So it's like, hey, if this wasn't at the forefront of your mind or you got caught up in the hype over here, here's some very important information for you from us about our campaign or our candidate. Don't forget about us. And then the season ticket holders get like the goodies. And having said that, let's go through the goodies and see what we're feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Shout out to Twitter user Noah Dolzal. What is it? Yeah, Dolzel. God dang.
She writes for SB Nation.
Goodness gracious. No, I was trying to do 2 things at once and didn't look at all the letters. Literacy is hard. Anyway, she's got a nice little thread. So we got the Los Angeles Sparks. They decided to save paper.
Honestly, I like this one because this feels like what a campaign. This feels ethical. This feels like an ethical campaign, like a poster that's got some accolades on it.
There we go.
It looks nice. It's not egregious. Like I like this one personally. It's not going to affect the vote anyway, but I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would say this is in line with like what I think teams should be doing. Right. Again, a couple factoids. Right. This is we're stating our case for the players on our roster, and we'll let you do the rest.
I would have liked to see like individual posters. I mean, I do actually like, you know, protecting the environment and saving trees.
It's very green. It's very LA of them.
Yeah. So I mean, like this could be the main one, like boom, here it is, and then like behind it is like Azare, like here's what we did. But you know, I'm cool with it. This is what I feel like.
Spending all their money on the practice facility anyway. It's okay.
Oops.
Damn.
So
magic.
Next, we have the New York Liberty baked good. Oh, these are cookies.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I get. Okay, so I like the design. I like the likeness in the imaging because I can tell who is who, except 22. Who is that? Kennedy Burke?
Yep.
Oh, then I can't tell who is who. So the likeness and the imaging, very cool. I think cookies is like that's towing the line. That's like right. That's the line, right? Because like if a cookie influences you that much, I'm gonna ask, do you need some money? Like that Terrence Howard, the best man, meme. You need some money. So I like this, and I think it makes sense. I don't think the cookies are probably that good because, like, once you use certain colored ink, and you know, the more realistic it gets, the worse it tastes. So
the cookie looks 3D printed, and
I
feel like the amount of influence this could have depends on if the cookie is good. Like if this is some like gross gristidi ass cookie that like has the chalky frosting and it's like the consistency of a crumble cookie without any of the moisture, I think you're actually losing my vote. I don't think you're going to influence me in the positive, you know, and
because that sounds like Sabrina.
Hey, look.
That might be the most accurate campaign material.
I don't know, man. I think all you got to do is look at New York's record without Sabrina in the lineup to see that she is a rather important third piece of a championship.
When you campaign 6 different players, if you're a 5th seed, that's really like where I'm at with it.
That's fair. What's John Quell being pushed for? All WNBA?
Let me see. Can I zoom? Yeah. Start lineup. 3 all WNBA talents: Breanna Stewart, Sabrina, John Quell, each a crucial piece. Wow. Okay, add in a defensive standout, Natasha Clout, and defense. Powerhouse Leonie Fibich.
Another all defense.
Off the bench, Kennedy Burke has been unstoppable, bringing relentless energy. Okay, so 6 women of the year. Scan to dive deeper into the numbers. Oh, and then now it's on your phone. That's surveillance.
That's just what you need. Sabrina Ionescu on your phone even more, Shawnee.
Bro, like remember back in the day when they put that U2 album?
It just showed up on iTunes one morning.
Like I just opened what is this? This is a virus? Ew.
Well,
hey, no, that's a campaign. Put the you can't get it off. It's automatically your wallpaper.
You open up. That's you know what though. That's what's gonna happen when Golden State has an MVP candidate. Joe Lacob is gonna like call up Peter Thiel. Palantir is going to take our data and we're going to wake up one morning and my lock screen is going to be Veronica Burton for MVP. Like that's how it's going to happen one day.
Oh, Silicon Valley, get ready to use your collective brain power.
So
all right.
three brain cells and a lot of parental money.
The Seattle Storm hate it. Just automatically stupid.
Yeah, I don't
dumb. Like first and foremost, y'all's season has not been great. So it's like y'all should just really be quiet. Second, Harry Potter at a time when
wait, was it Harry Potter?
No, I think it was supposed to be like Game of Thrones, but
that's a problem.
Royalty? I thought it was like a decree, like a royal decree proclamation type.
Okay, but am I tripping? Does it not look kind of like Harry Potter?
You're saying it looks like the mischief managed map. I got the
map. Yeah, like it looks too close to Harry Potter for it to be royalty. So I see the little crowns. I
don't like it still. Here's the thing with it is like this is talking like you are the Seattle Storm that had Breanna Stewart and Sue Bird, where at this point I think you're 2-3 years solidly removed from being able to claim like a reign in the league. So it falls flat. Like if you would put this out in 2022 or 2021, I think this probably cooks a little bit more. But I mean, you're the 8th seed here, man.
Are they?
So, I mean, they're fighting for it.
I was going to say, we're recording this on Tuesday night, but they're 22 and 21.
They are
one game
about
to play.
2.5 hours away from.
Oh, that's right. Them in the Valkyries.
Solidifying their playoff destiny in either which direction, either way. But yeah.
At the time of our recording, by the way, Fever being the Lynx 81-70 with a minute left in the fourth. So
yeah,
we are going to get Indiana as a. Well, I guess it's on tonight. If Indiana wins and if Golden State loses, I want to say
Vegas.
Golden State actually has the tiebreaker there, so it doesn't change anything.
On the broadcast, they did say today that if Indiana won, I thought they would be playing Vegas. I might be misremembering that, but I feel like that's what.
Yeah, I mean that's assuming the Aces end up with that 2 seed. Atlanta
has one more game.
This is a pretty big game for Seattle, actually.
Okay, so they want NECA for most valuable player because, like, I was like, why is everybody on this box? Like, what is this, a cipher? So they want NECA for MVP, which immediately no. Gabby for defensive player of the year and all defensive teams.
A case.
I can see it. Yeah. Skylar for first team, first defensive, and all defensive first team. I need it to happen for agenda purposes. I don't know if I actually feel it though.
I believe NECA is first team more than Skylar at this juncture.
Brittany Sykes and Ezzy Magbagor, all defensive first team. Ezzy possibly. I gotta look at that. Ezzy, I'm iffy. Brittany, it's kind of like she brought that with her. She wasn't like. Okay.
Yeah, that like came here. Yeah.
Yeah, like okay. Erica Wheeler for most improved that pisses me off. They should be fine for this. She's like 34. You cannot be most improved over the age of 27. That needs to be a rule. Because why in your 30s are you most improved? Like she's been hooping. So give her was she starting? Like she's an all-star.
Yes.
But was she mostly coming off the bench?
She didn't come back. She didn't. They started the season with Clark. Then I would say she started probably more games than she.
Okay, so then
Yeah,
sixth woman is out.
Until Sykes came,
Yeah.
she was
Sorry, bro. Like you're an all-star, MVP, and in your 30s talking about most improved. Like give that to the kids and move around. Speaking of kids, Dominique Malonga, all rookie team, absolutely. Wish it would have came sooner so we could get rookie of the year. But thank you for that, Noelle Quinn.
Them not pushing. Wait, are they pushing her for 6th on that list or no?
No.
Wow, that's surprising because they had for a little while, like about a week or two, they were pushing her as a potential 6th player of the year candidate.
Maybe
okay, so that's also a problem. You don't even know what you want your people for.
I wonder if they knew that like it was a wrap on her, but man, that's interesting.
All right, so here we go, folks.
ISO time.
Get ready.
Oh, it's not even this, right? Like I appreciate this, right? This is what we're talking about. You know, a little paperweight, okay, fine. And then again, right, the diatribe about Nafisa's season and what makes her a candidate. What I take umbrage with is that about 3 weeks ago, admin was getting spicy on the burden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Queen fee, all this. And at the time, I loved it. Yes, absolutely. And I believe it was in response to Seattle launching their campaign for NECA, if I remember correctly. So, like, fine, right? We know they have a well-established history too. This is before the electric side off the court and all of that, right? So, like, for agenda's sake, I love it all.
Where and remember, of course, she has a.
That was early in the season. That was a deep cut. If you are really tapped in, yes, you would have recognized what was going on. But, but what is like, they don't even believe that she's the MVP anymore. That is what.
Yeah.
That is what I'm taking from this, right? That they made a post yesterday or today. She's 1% away from shooting 50-40-90. Okay, then she didn't shoot 50-40-90.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, what they were trying to hang their hat on, I think, was the 50-40-90. Yeah.
And that there's no, well, you did or you didn't. Especially when we're talking about MVP. If this was like your rookie season in the W, okay. Yeah, like that's impressive, right? But you're vying to be the absolute best player in the world. This is not the time for that, right? And so that is where I feel like the team kind of like packed her up in a way, right? I know she missed the 3 weeks with the ankle injury, but that was also the time to like double down on the campaign and the messaging, right? Of like, we've gone, I think it was like 6-3 over the time that she was out. They aren't campaigning for Cheryl Reeve to win Coach of the Year, where actually her case may be stronger than we had even initially realized.
I agree.
In terms of like the true historic nature of what the Lynx have done, they are leading the league in a bunch of categories, and it has never happened before.
And that should have been the campaign, though. Like, yeah, I missed this, but like my impact was so great that they could function without me. I taught them. I formed them. I am mother.
I am mother.
I am mother.
Mamacita.
Yeah. Like, so it's like I put this in the chat, like the Office meme where Kevin drops the chili and he's trying to get the chili off the floor back into the pot. That's what this feels like, because you do not put no UConn person on a flyer and say she almost did something. Like if she almost
Gino
dunked,
was furious. Gino was disgusted seeing that.
He was like, I'm never texting her again. That's why I text Stewie. I don't text you, bro. Like, you can't. And it's sad because it's like, I like Fee. I thought she had it for a while. So I like to see it go down like this and see her team kind of put her in a pack like that. Like that. Whew, like she doesn't bother anybody. So I'm kind of like, dang, I hate to see it.
I feel like everyone saw the surge that Asia was making while Fee was out. And it's almost like they were not caught off guard by it, but just
Minnesota got caught watching too instead of getting in the booth.
Yes, that's exactly right. Like they
took their heart. And
no,
then she
straight
waved the white flag.
I feel like there was almost like a tidal wave of just like your eyes are like getting wider and wider as like the wave is coming towards you. And I feel like that's kind of how Minnesota was moving through this whole thing. Is because even in the Vegas game, I was down there covering it, and I asked both coaches about this in the pregame. I know, right? Shouts to the ball knowers for being the ones that help us get out on the road. And I asked both Cheryl and Becky about the possibility of this one game being considered a referendum on the MVP race. And like Becky gave me the Wingstop quote, Cheryl more or less rejected the premise of it and was like, I don't think that these are one game referendums, like MVP is a season award. And it just felt like the Aces, and we've talked about this before, in different capacities about, how much the Aces identity really is A'ja Wilson. And sometimes that can work for better or worse in a variety of ways. But this is a situation where, like, if I'm a superstar and I'm watching how Becky is talking about A'ja in the pregame press conference, how the team is like putting on for her in the pregame press conference, how the full court press for MVP happens, like that's what you want your coach and your organization to do for you. And it felt like while that game wasn't a single game referendum on the MVP race as a whole, it did feel very much like a microcosm of how the Lynx kind of handle Fee as superstar versus how the Aces handle A'ja as superstar. Because the Lynx have some of that South Carolina-ishness to them, where it's like we have a star, but we also have, but we're a team. Yeah, exactly. Like you know what it is? High key, like it's Cheryl Reeve Team USA mentality. Like that is Team USA's culture and identity, dating all the way back to the mid.
Hard to argue against it though, because like she's won 14
for sure. I mean,
like
rings on the hand, absolutely. Yeah. But I think in this particular case, this is where
it's a different battle. It's a different time. It's a different game.
Agreed.
And you gotta meet the moment, because I feel like that kind of happened in Atlanta too, where like it was close for a minute, and then that tidal wave, and the Aces just overwhelm you by just being them. And it's like their celebrity, their status, like their championship mentality, like that overwhelms it. So it's like you can't say things like, oh, when the lights were the brightest and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then we saw that happen. That's the part that disappoints me the most. Because like when Cheryl took them out with like 3.5 minutes left, I was like, ooh, hey, come on, dog. Because like Cheryl was trying to go toe-to-toe with Becky for a while. Because like I remember last year when Fee came up, and like Fee was kind of making a case for herself. I know Becky had said some stuff, and I was like, okay, like I don't really feel like we need to do that. So I feel like any of the tit for tat was like trying to get back and like, all right, yeah, we here too, and we got a big dog too, and we, but it's like you got to meet the moment. If you're gonna do all that, I don't mind it, but you got to meet the moment, because now it's like, I don't want to say a laughing stock, but like, yeah, Aces fans they dancing on your grave, big dog. Like
I like this is kind of a rivalry now. Like this feels like one of these rivalries, like it's kind of grown organically, and there's like the simmering UConn South Carolina component, even though these two never met each other, and for that matter, Fee and South Carolina didn't really like meet up that way in college, but like there's still enmity between those two fan bases, especially after this year. And the thing that is really fascinating, Kerr's like, I'm not worried about anybody.
Hey, who took who off the schedule?
Look, I'm just reporting what I'm seeing on TikTok. Okay.
Okay. That's your number one news source.
That's my frame of reference now. I handle our TikTok, and so I've become brain rotted by crazy fams and Paisy stands. But like, I do like the fact that we're growing something solely rooted in the competitiveness between these two teams and between those two superstars. It feels like one of those rivalries that, maybe it's got some I don't want to say like Drexler Jordan in it, but like there's a.
Ooh, that's not great because
It's no, it was, and that's I like worked. No, I worked it through on the fly. That was not what I maybe. All right, let me try this.
He's got to win something.
Isaiah's Pistons trying to get past the Boston Celtics type thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. We'll workshop it. Like I think a key, like I get where you're going, and I'm with you, but it's just like Fee.
I gotta find a better comp.
Yeah, Fee has to meet the moment and get something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because if she gets a title this year, after all of that, then it really is like,
now it's conversation.
Like I said, when the lights are the brightest and the moment is like, that's when you really start talking heavy. So she, if she can get it done, we can see something. But until then, it's kind of like Asia versus everybody versus, instead of like Asia rivalry, or we got to go back to the Liberty, which I'm always down for because they suck. All right, so next we have the Dallas Wings. Is
that the little Hot Wheels car they're going to be driving Chris Koklanis out of Dallas on in a few weeks or months?
He's staying, so this might be his new company car. I don't understand. I'm not gonna hold you.
Late.
What's going on here? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Page Rookie of the Year. Man. Notice of extreme game planning. Set a new career high. Quinterly. Okay, and this is cool. This would be cool for Indiana. Like, this would be fire for Indiana. Oh my gosh.
We'll get to them later.
Like I would love this for Indiana. For Dallas, I don't understand what we're doing.
I would have liked something a little bit more in alignment with like their theme and
their theme is confusion and dysfunction. So technically
it's on brand.
They understood the assignment even though they don't understand the assignment.
A little confused, but they got the spirit.
Yeah, and no, this is literally it, because I'm kind of like, I like the execution of this. I just don't get the why of it all. So, why slow down? Okay. Okay, guys. Okay.
Back to the drawing board. Try again next year.
All right, here we go. We got some Washington Mystics. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Okay, and then Rookie in Bloom. This is what I'm talking about. With a hat. This is what I'm talking about.
Did everyone get the wood basket too?
Oh, hold on. Washington got money like that?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
A little gardening gloves. Is that a hoe? Is that a?
Watch it. We respect women around here.
Hey, garden tool.
The hat looks kind of cool. I like
that. I like this. The rookie. Yeah, send the rookie.
This is the one that feels the most like a bribe so far.
Yeah. But even still, it's kind of like
they're trying to tell you to get out in nature, touch grass.
Go touch grass. No, that's a fire campaign. Real grass touchers support our.
Oh my god, that's so. That should be Dallas's next year. Touch grass.
That's the theme. Maybe go take a second, get off the TikTok, touch grass.
I like that.
All right. So next we have the Atlanta Dream, and you got some goggles. You got a Nas Hillman action figure. You got some stickers, stuff. Is that a charger? Hey, hold up. They giving functional stuff?
Hold on.
Hold up now. Hey, hold up now. Charge your phone up so you can vote for our girl. Hey, hold up now. Functional. I like that. They giving some solutions to some problems.
No, for real facts.
The goggles are good. I like that they leaned into the goggles.
The goggles are funny. The goggles are cool. The box is fire. Like the actual graphic design of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you got little action figures that are slightly over if we're the line, for bribery.
I think the Charger is probably the most bribish of all of these.
We're leaning over the line, yeah.
You give me an extra charge when things are going,
when you need it.
Hey,
hold
you're
on.
good in my book forever.
If this came to my house, my wife would be like, "You're voting every Atlanta Dream player," because my phone dies entirely too often.
But I will say, like, I like the items, but I also, when we talk about conviction, right, similar to the Minnesota Lynx and the Visa, same thing to me applies to Alicia Gray and the Atlanta Dream. It feels like they didn't want to just full out say she should be the MVP of this league this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took them way too long to get on board with it. And part of it was whenever you asked Leash about it, she was kind of like, I care more about wins and da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay. And then like her teammates would speak for her, but it's just like, again, it goes back to you can't have your owner on there talking about like, oh, look at our big cousins or whatever. Because then what happened? Yeah. And it's like it hasn't been the same since. Like the fans now
told y'all to go to the little kids table,
bro. And it's so sad because like now every time she touches the ball or anything that happens, any stoppage of play or whatever with Leash, the fans are chanting MVP. Like ever since Ryan told them they need to step their cookies up and get it together, they've been chanting MVP at every opportunity with her. So it's like that kind of stuff matters, but it's unfortunately like a little too late because you doing that against the Los Angeles Sparks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not really like, okay, Rakia was threatening to steal your aura and you won that one. Like, congratulations, I suppose. So I think like this is the year to fine tune some stuff, because I think they'll be good for a minute. Yeah. So let's go ahead and what we got. So immediately no. Phoenix. Immediately no. This is very cool.
Okay.
This is very cool, very nostalgic, very for adults.
Yeah. If you've been on this earth a minute, you know what's going on. But if you don't, you're like, what the hell is it?
Literally. Man. I'm kind of curious what they are now. Like what the photos are and everything.
Let me see.
I don't think you can
Satu,
see in it.
Alyssa Thomas, MVP. Satu, All-WNBA. Nate Riblitz, Coach of the Year. Nick for Nick who? Sorry. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, they ain't got a picture of Nick? That's whack. How am I supposed to know who I'm voting for?
Well, media doesn't vote for executive.
Mm-hmm.
Still, give me a picture. I want to.
Honestly, I think I think he should win.
Executive?
It's either him or, believe it or not, I don't know if Becky thinks it's safe to call herself the GM now.
Yeah.
But I don't know who win. Do you think it just says Las Vegas Aces? Like if they try to submit someone for executive of the year, do you think it's like an ensemble, like when the Lord of the Rings wins a thing and like 80 people go up to the dais at the Oscars type thing?
No, I think it's Carolyn Swartz.
Yeah.
My God, that's Teresa Plaisance.
So next we have the Indiana Fever. Is that
literal
a
trash?
Yeah, no.
Like, come
with
on,
trash
man.
paper, bro. No. And then I saw Lindor Truffles. We had the Lindor Truffles.
That's a bribe.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you don't feel like going to Walgreens, this is a bribe. The little squishy ball.
And you know what though? It's milk chocolate too. Like this is a big bribe.
This is
the little booklet is so funny because I saw the inside on Twitter and it's like you have a quote from Dawn about how she was like the smartest player to come through those doors, off rip. And then you have like a quote from Stephanie White and you have a quote from Kelsey Plum. She's like a really good passer or something like that. And it's like, what? Why is Kelsey Plum in this book?
What?
What's a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
It's almost like whose idea was that? So like the book is cool. It's a little like homemade, but it's in color, so that's also big points because color printing is hard these days. Kelsey a bucket. So about that, like people have been going hard on like Kelsey is actually the best player on the team and to kind of like spite Caitlin. I was like, all right, now when Asia fans pull them black trucks up because she trying you doing a little too much now. Because if you start hyping Kelsey to spite Caitlin, she got to get some first place votes then. And if it's close between Fee and Asia, you might want to chill out and simmer down because Alyssa Thomas is also there. So
lurking.
Hey fam, like everybody, like get your agendas in order. Like fans need to really like be on board with separate agendas too.
Also, I'm calling that one a bribe because I feel like beyond the chocolate, like I feel like that's a great like office trash can or just like a little thing to like throw in when you're working.
Yeah, functional bribery.
Mm-hmm.
Functional bribery.
Speaking of functional bribery, but also the Mohegan Tribe are currently our last bulwark against capitalism, so they can do whatever they want for the rest of the year until they're allowed to sell their team to whoever they want. I love this shirt.
It's a little
hard to tell what's going on from this picture. So what I'll say,
but it's also like the ink. You got to do this on a white shirt or something because it's like I kind of get it because they were doing that little like when they posted that dog picture, like that's the same like coloring and I like it.
I thought it was Star Wars related initially because of the font.
Oh yeah, and then like we wear,
I like the underdogs component. Like,
is that a Snoop Dogg nod? Like the graphic design?
It might be.
Oh wait, hold on.
If you think about the video for it's on the first album where he changes from like a Rod or a Doberman to
with
himself.
That was doggy style, right?
It's the first album. Yes, absolutely. I just can't remember which song.
Now I got him.
That concludes our bribery boxes. Thank you, Noah, for that because that was very comprehensive.
We didn't even talk about the fact that the Aces did not put a box out.
They have stands, like they have foot soldiers. They don't need boxes. They have
I got you one better.
Hey, they gonna show up to your door one way or the other, so you might want to protect yourself.
That bribe is Dawn Staley doesn't tweet about you, and does not sick the black truck masses on to you online.
Hey, Cocky gonna come.
That's right. Your mail. Gonna kick down the door like that video of Big Bird. the door comes down like this. It's Cocky standing there in your living room.
That would be fantastic. Speaking of coaches, Coach of the Year has not really, it's been mentioned, but it hasn't been heavily debated. And I feel like, to me, in my opinion, personally, Shawnee, myself, feel like it's just between Natalie Nakase and Carlos Mesco.
Greer, do you have a case for a third here?
I mean, this is not my reporting. I do want to shout out Andrew Dukowitz. I've truly enjoyed his coverage of the Minnesota Lynx all season long. And I think he put out an article today where he said that Cheryl's at the helm of the best offensive rating, defensive rating, team true shooting percentage, and assist to turnover rate and net rating. And this is a coach that has won 4 championships already in this league. And none of her teams ever did anything like that.
Okay.
And like the 4 stars of that team, and then obviously the 5th, being Rebecca Brunson, who I think also, if she isn't already in the Hall of Fame, will be there just because of the team success. You cannot look at this current iteration of the Minnesota Lynx and say, I see a bunch of future Hall of Famers on this team.
Stud Buds is going in the Hall of Fame. What are you talking about?
Hey,
they are getting their jackets.
I
and
will
they're
be there for the
introducing each other.
enshrinement. I'll be in Springfield for the enshrinement if that happens. Like, this season has been awesome behind them. But again, like, this is not the Maya Moore, Simone Augustus, Lindsay Whalen, Sylvia Fowles version of the Minnesota Lynx, right? This is Alana Smith, who 2 or 3 seasons ago was barely, like, was hanging on by a thread in this league. Courtney Williams, not an actual PG.
Okay.
This isn't.
Just gloss right over tenders and bites there too, man. She was almost out of the league 3 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the coaching job that Cheryl and her staff have done has been remarkable. I know we've talked a couple weeks too ago about, and not that like this is everything, but when she challenges, it's right too. Like, that's the other
that matters.
Just in terms of like game to game, when you watch we all know like what Minnesota basketball looks like this season. Yeah. It is very, very distinct. And that's not to take anything away from what Natalie Lacasse and her staff have done or what Carl Semesco and his staff have done. I would argue like everybody had very, very hard roads ahead of them when the season began. Minnesota was trying to avenge what they felt like was, you know, stolen
championship. Yeah, and they were absolutely correct. Right? However,
also last year, right, we're predicted to like finish 9th, finish first or second. I can't even remember right now, right? But like to come back and say like that wasn't even a fluke. We're back.
Yes.
And we went wire to wire as number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be Cheryl Reeve. It could be the Eric Tebow effect. We'll never know. But like, it is weird seeing him on their bench.
What are you doing here?
I agree, Greer. I mean, I don't necessarily think that we are giving Cheryl Reeve enough credit for what she's done with this team this year. And on top of that, you're doing it without fee for like a
quarter of the games.
Yeah.
He has missed 11 games.
Your best player and MVP candidate. And so I think where I am with this is I almost think if he doesn't win MVP, Cheryl's got to win Coach of the Year. If Cheryl doesn't win Coach of the Year, Fee's got, because one of the two has to be the case, right? Like either this player is so good that they elevate this team to this, or this player is not the MVP candidate and their coach has made this team hum without her, right? And this is the hardest thing is because you have Carl Semesco and you have Natalie Lacasse who've done fantastic jobs with their teams. Natalie Lacasse, especially with a team that nobody expected to be anywhere even remotely close to where they are right now. And then you also have, as much as people might think this is crazy on my end to say, Stephanie White's in this mix too. Like this was the season from hell for the Indiana Fever.
Yes.
Would anybody blame the Indiana Fever if after all of these injuries, they were sitting there with LA's record right now and the 9 seed fighting for their life to get into the playoffs? Like if you told me that was the case, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. They're the walking wounded right now, for God's sake. But Stephanie White, for all of the faults that she has had in trying to get this team humming when Caitlin Clark has been healthy, and you can make a fair and legitimate argument, I think, that because Caitlin has not really been 100% outside of maybe the first game or 2 of the year.
Not even. She was hurt in preseason.
You're talking about a coach who is trying to unlock a player that wasn't able to give you 100% from the jump, right? And her ability to get everyone involved, to keep everyone together. I think this is a group that is very player-led, and the player-led piece of it is the reason that I think Becky Hammon isn't in this conversation the same way Stephanie White might be, and I'll touch on that in a sec. But I think that we have to give, if she's not a winner, but I do think there is an honorable mention component here for Stephanie White's ability to keep this team above water while their entire roster got decimated. As for Becky Hammon, I think if you wanted to tell me coach of the year, my response would be that Becky has admitted that this turnaround was entirely player driven. It was driven by Chelsea Gray and Asia self-scouting. It was driven by Jewel Lloyd asking to play on the bench. Like, does that mean Becky's done nothing? No. I mean, Becky's still a great coach. We see it in game, but I think that this is a situation where the turnaround was engineered by the locker room. It wasn't Becky whipping them into shape and giving a rousing win one for the Gipper ass speech,
Yeah. Indiana Fever fan, I'm sorry I squinched my face up. Stephanie White does have a case.
It's a fair case. I mean, I think there's a clear top three.
No, yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, I was just like, I just thought, you still have Aaliyah Boston. Give her the ball. Like, that's neither here nor there. So I think it really just depends.
You're on your 5th starting point guard of the year. Like,
can she get Aaliyah Boston the ball? I can sign me. I will get Aaliyah Boston.
She used to give it to Brittany Griner. There's still somewhere in there. She got it somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dig deep and give Aaliyah Boston the ball. So I think it really just depends on where the voters are starting from. Like, or like if you feel like the best of the best is always kind of like in that contention, then you're gonna look at Cheryl. If you feel like starting from 0 and going to like Smesko being a 2 seed, possibly getting an MVP candidate, most improved, 6th woman of the year, like, and then on top of that, like, they've been, I have a story on this, but like they've been able to do what they've been doing with like Jordan Canada out, Ryan Howard out, Leash was out for a couple games. So it's like, no matter who has had to step up, they've been able to like just keep humming. And I think that is a testament to what he's been able to do as a coach. So it's like that comes into play. And then it's like Natalie was getting called some bad names at the beginning of the season. And she like stuck it out. And everybody was like, what are you doing? Like, why did you blah, blah, blah. What's the plan here? This is stupid. And she stayed down.
Now look, I'm a 6 seed at worst. Now look.
Hey, Dad. Like, now she in the presser just getting loose.
Injured.
Yeah.
Right. The lone all-star on our team has been injured for like half the season at this point.
And her all-star was not even really like an all-star. It was somebody that like absolutely hooped out of their mind for her and became an all-star. Because like Kayla Thornton has been like a glue player. Like she's been a solid piece for every team she's played, the Wings and the Liberty. But she was not like an all-star.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think it just depends on what you value in coaching and what that's going to be a hard one, honestly, to me. Like,
I mean, I do think it's been more than 12. It's been they probably had about 18 women come through their building this year and wear a Valkyrie's jersey at some point this year.
Well, I think no, because it's like Bree Hall was 3 times, so it's like
but okay, like 16, whatever. You get the point. But we're talking about players who have also never played together.
Yeah.
Never, like Smesko, you inherited a bunch. Obviously, had to sell. Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner coming. Like you're selling a different vision. But I, if I recall, largely like a pat over kind of makeover for the Atlanta Dream, right? If Smesko maybe had his way, I don't know that he would have chosen Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner, right? Like in terms of personnel, right? Just and especially given the way that the rotations have broke in the latter part of the season. But yeah, Natalie bringing together with the exception of like a Tip Hayes and a Kayla Thornton, to your point, like everybody who Timmy to a degree too, right? Everyone else, like I can't say for certain that they would have been in the league this year on other teams.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Invites, I cannot say that with certainty.
Yeah.
So to do that and be a 6 seed is like some incredible stuff. And we talked about it a little bit in the group chat about thinking back to when Becky was suspended, right, as the head coach of the Aces, and who got the call up, right, who got to be first chair in those games,
First
right, where
chair
Becky
blazer
had
hoodie.
and it was Nakate, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I love a good cusser.
Mm.
Love a good cusser, and she is that. You got to be like incredibly encouraged if you're a player who wants to like bet on themselves.
That's Golden State's the place.
Yeah, make your dreams come true. No, that's the tough one. I would need to be bribed for coach of the year. Like who's got the best box?
I'm
for
telling
this?
you, I know those Golden State bribes are gonna go crazy when they want to. Oh my God. They're gonna be sending dim sum. They're gonna be firing off what's the Italian the Cioppino from Fisherman's Wharf. They're gonna be sending you everything. Mission burritos from La Taqueria. Oh my
Man, you
God.
might get his trolley named after you.
Throw something in there from French Laundry while you at it,
Bro.
It's just...
give me El Farolito in the Mission. I'll vote for anybody you want.
Box of wine from Napa. You know what I mean? I'll take that.
Ooh,
Can't
man,
wait.
manifesting because we're gonna be on that list. Because I want a box. Bribe me. But no, like we can obviously and very clearly do this ethically and objectively, as you can see. All WNBA, right? So we got Asia, of course. We've got Fee, of course. Alyssa Thomas has got to be on there. To me, that on this first team, you got to have Alicia Gray.
Yep.
Right. So who is that fifth spot on All W?
I'm gonna say NECA. I hate to say this because NECA has had an objectively great year, but I feel like all of the other picks have just been too up and down streaky. I think it's a neck and neck pick between Kelsey Mitchell and NECA. And even as I'm saying it now, like maybe I go Kelsey Mitchell because I don't think this team is in the position they're in without her as a scorer and a defensive presence. At the same time, I damn sure know Seattle is not where they are without NECA on this team. I mean,
but it's like, where are they right now?
No, that's true. But I mean, they're going from like we're side eyeing you for like spilling spaghetti all over yourself in public to like they're going from that level of like mildly embarrassing to like we have to call the police and like get you out of here because you are just spoiling the entire vibe of the party right now. You know, I mean, they're not spilling spaghetti. They're like without NECA, this team is like throwing up all over themselves in front of their crush. Like like Jonah Hill falling forward into Emma Stone in Superbad and breaks her nose or breaks her eye or gives her eye. Yeah, like it's that level of embarrassing. And I think that we have to take that into consideration. Like NECA's one of those players where it's always quiet. Like the way she scores and the way she dominates is always quiet. Like there's several 30-point games in there. She had 37 and 12 against the Sparks in that double OT game. She's had a near 20-20 game this year. She had 23 and 18 earlier in the season. There's a lot of like 20 and 7 stat lines all over the place for her. So she's my first. Kelsey Mitchell by a hair, probably leading that second team. But the guards have been such messes this year in terms of doing this that I couldn't feel in good conscience like I could pick Sabrina or Paige or Skylar. Like it just I didn't feel like I could put any of those three up there. And so at that point you start valuing consistency, and that's where you find NECA.
Okay, so first, like embarrassing the hoes, scaring the hoes so bad, like it's public disorderly conduct, like
terrorizing the hoes.
Like I'm never gonna get over that. Second, another year, another Sabrina no first team selection. That's interesting.
I'm blaming the injury on that some.
We're back to that again.
If you put together a good stretch, all I'm saying is you put together a good stretch, man.
Oh no, I don't know, man. My dog 22 did it 1 year in. Had the whole league coming out. We getting defensive reports. Like Sabrina ain't even had to guard her. She sent Laney on her. I don't know, big dog.
This is devious.
So I think second team, that's where it gets wicked.
Wicked.
So
Absolutely.
Kelsey, are we going Aaliyah Boston?
That's probably an on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, and I do hate to say it, then you got to do something with those New Yorkers, I suppose, because it's like,
do you?
I don't have to, but I'm saying like this,
like.
I think yes to Stewie because you could really clearly see how defensively limited they are when she's not on the floor. And I think on that basis, I think she's up there for me. Oh God, there's really not much else. I mean, does Alana Smith have like or K-Mac or Courtney Williams? Like
Courtney Williams, absolutely. Courtney Williams, absolutely.
Yeah. Courtney Williams could be on
that
list.
So we got Kelsey Mitchell or NECA, whoever doesn't make first team. Then we have Courtney Williams. Anybody in Phoenix? Was Satu one healthy enough and two consistent enough to, because like they were cooking for a very long time.
They were, and like they're just starting to play a little better now. That's a voter by voter one.
If we have to go like another big, I think Brianna Jones got to make some noise for her.
I think a little bit too.
And they said that at the presser other week. Yeah.
You got to make some noise from Brianna Jones. You know, she took a big risk. She could have been it in Connecticut, right? Like with Alyssa Thomas and Dewana Bonner moving on, like she was poised to like inherit the Connecticut fund, right? If they had agreed on that. But she took a risk and she went to go play with alongside BG, alongside Ryan Howard, alongside Alicia Gray, and has still been awesome. Like, has been the lone five for a big chunk of the second half of the season in certain lineups.
And frankly, hasn't had a lot of help from BG this year because you look at those on-off numbers, man. Like, she has been a liability defensively.
It's way worse than a lot of people would think.
Yes.
So Ryan Howard, because I feel like from a defensive perspective, okay, well, okay, all right.
It's just you know what it is, that the offense is just still a little too streaky for me.
Okay, what about?
And I know who you're gonna say as the what about.
No, who am I gonna say?
I know who you're gonna say. No, I'm wearing the hat. I'm wearing the hat.
No. I'm not going Sabrina. I was saying Nalissa Smith, because apparently Liberty fans have started chatting and saying like, well, Nalissa was the reason that this streak happened, so she's really more. And I was like, then why didn't Paige win more games with her? And so now they're arguing with that. That's my argument of the day. So Nalissa Smith, second team. Nah, I'm playing. Who else has been a good
Kelsey Plum?
Kelsey Plum and Paige absolutely do have arguments as well. And I'm going to throw De'Erica in there too. Like the numbers.
Hold on. Because we had like 8 people now.
I know the Sparks are probably going to be on the outside looking in. They're going to be the 9th seed ultimately if Seattle takes care of business. But in terms of like consistency this season, Kelsey Plum, we all know what the challenge was for her, what was in store for her. She answered the call to me, like very much. For maybe not anymore, but like up until last week, she was 3rd in this league in scoring points per game. Had to play point guard for a big chunk of their season. And then until they established Julie Alamont, was able to like move off ball and still had some incredible moments for the Sparks. De'Erica Hamby, offensively, I think she may be having one of her best seasons, actually. Defensively, that's just the Sparks' Achilles heel as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously we know Cam didn't come back and she was coming off the bench for them. But De'Erica is still pound for pound, an amazing player in
pound
the
for
league.
pound.
Like the numbers suggest that she is.
Okay, so how do we feel about Skylar? Rashard in the waiting room. Hold on.
It's just really hard at the whole, like, if NECA is going to be on the first team, which I'm certainly not opposed to. Like, again, she has never shot under 50% in her entire career in the WNBA. Like,
so
that is
okay. So let me ask you this: Skylar or Jackie Young?
Oof. Because Jackie Young's got a case too.
Yeah, Jackie was holding it down. She was not one of the mids. In the beginning.
She was the only one who wasn't, frankly.
Yeah. And then when Asia was out those 2 games,
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mess.
It is. We won't, until we get boxes, we don't have to make these hard choices.
Right.
Until the boxes start showing up on our doorstep, we don't have to make these hard choices.
Or we start getting threats, one or the other.
Yeah. I believe Skylar just turned 35. Is that right?
Shout out to her for that.
I mean, right? Like, when you think of, but there just have been games where, as the point guard in the clutch in the fourth quarter, the L's they fall on you. That's just how it goes. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
As a Lunar Owl fan, that's been my issue with her ever since I started becoming a fan of hers 1 season ago.
Only 20 years into the journey, but you know.
Ever since I got hit on the Lunar Owls just a few short months ago, that was my concern. Like, you do all of this, we get the clips, we get the recess hair, we get that vibe, Black Forces, Skylar, cool. What happens when, again, we keep going back to it, the lights are the brightest? What do you do? And that's been my concern with her since 2021.
Right.
Truthfully. So we'll have to see. But folks, this was a very riveting episode. We'll be back. Playoff time is going to be something special.
We're going live every night for the playoffs.
Man, and I'm learning this in real time.
Doesn't mean we'll be here every night, but somebody.
Yeah. And if you like this, we went a little long tonight, but we're going to have more opportunities to talk, so it won't be as long, but it'll be, sustained. If you like this, if you want to argue with us, like, subscribe, tell a friend, hop in the comments, tell us what you agree with, tell us what you don't agree with. Keep it cute though. But talk to us. We might talk back. And we will catch you guys next time.